Well, today we're looking at something I thought we'd looked at before, but either YouTube has removed the video and come and wiped my hard drive, or I never got around to doing it, which is a shame because I wanted to do this one. And this is looking at the 1984 Parker Brothers board game of Dune, the greatest film ever. Well, not really, but it's a good film, I enjoy it. So obviously back in the day, Star Wars had made a galaxy's worth of money out of merchandising, and so every sci-fi film, every fantasy film that came along would get treated similarly, as in there's a market here for merchandise. And Dune had a lot of merchandise released. Had action figures, colouring books, weirdly, Panini sticker books, letter set, you name it, they did it. I don't think realising what the property was that they'd purchased. To them, it's just a sci-fi movie, don't need to know the script or anything. And pretty much every film back then got a board game. They sort of still do, but they tend to be like lower numbered produced, intricate card stroke board games at very high prices for sort of collectors and specialists, not aimed at kids anymore. And I suppose it was an easy bit of merch for a game company, because they had most of these board games based on movies were basically variations on Ludo. Usually you go around the board, you collect something, and first person to get all of those somethings and get back to their home square wins. So basically, yeah, very similar to Ludo and those sort of games. And I would just do variations of, but I always loved the board game because the artwork is generally great. I've done the Alien board game, which is just wonderful. And this was one I sort of wanted for a long time, but it's very difficult to get hold of one in good condition. It's difficult to get hold of one in poor condition as well. It's quite a rare game, quite expensive now. But this one I saw on eBay and it said in very nice condition, and it is. It's in really, really nice condition. There's a few scuffs, as you sort of expect, on the corners. Don't know whether it's ever been played sort of in anger sort of thing. A lot of these board games were given as gifts, I imagine. You like sci-fi, Jimmy? You have this board game, and they never play it. But I thought I'd done a video. I bought this like probably 5 or 6 years ago. Paid for, I think I paid a fair bit of money for this when I was in my flush period. Because basically every now and again what I'll do is I'll clear out part of my old collection I'm not interested in anymore. Let's face it, Doctor Who at the moment. And use the money to finance stuff that I wanted or have wanted for a while. And you sometimes have to pay the price for that. So this one, let's have a look. This is Dune, based on obviously the Dino De Laurentiis film of the time, which is a really good film, actually. Nothing on the bottom, very sort of plain, but what a great bit of artwork. What a great bit of artwork. You've got the carriole, you've got a spice harvester, you've got Shai Hulud, big old wormy boy. I'd be worried if just at the horizon there was these massive planets. I think that might cause a little bit of gravitational anomalies, but and again, some of the board games would put their instructions in the lid. So let's have a look at the board first. So let's have a look. So basically, Ludo, like you say, moving around a board, but this one's slightly more involved. You still got to collect things. I think you're harvesting spice, but you're playing as different factions. Some really nice little bits of artwork. Didn't use any stills from the film on the board. I think there's stills from the film on some of the cards and tokens, but you got things like, I mean, it's like Monopoly, and take 1 to 6 cards from an opponent, raise strength, take spice from an opponent. It does need a bit of a wipe down. It's sort of showing its age, we shall say. I don't know what that's meant to be. Is that one of the sieges? But no, that's got to be the main place on Arrakis. What the hell is it called? Arrakeen. It's obvious, really, isn't it? Arrakis, Arrakeen. Papaya. Collect 1 spice for each of your harvests. So you get a very nice board. And sometimes these games are worth getting just for the artwork. You know you're never going to play it. So let's have a look at what we actually got in the game. So we've got a gameplay guide. I'm always worried about games where you get instruction sheet and cards to keep on the table so that you know the order, because that usually means it's going to be very complicated. You must follow the instructions for each space immediately beyond landing there. Castle spaces. So you must pay a tax of 1 spice each time you land on a castle space. Pay directly to the spice bank. This does sound like Monopoly, doesn't it? It's probably a really good. I wonder if there is a Dune version of Monopoly. That would be quite a good sort of basis for it. Spice raid. Bene Gesserit. Take 1 Canley card. Siege. Any character with its own colour siege is safe from all attacks. That wasn't true in the film, though, was it? Sandstorm, Worm, what else we got? So, order of turn. So, gameplay must proceed in this order. So this gives an idea of how complicated this is going to be. So, move. Move all characters clockwise. Roll 2 6-sided dice. Check your investment spaces if previously used. Don't know what that means. To move 1 character, use one of the numbers on one of the dice. To move 2 characters, use the number on 1 dice to move the first character, number on the second dice to move the second character. Okay. Fight, ambush. This is referring to the rules book. In each turn, each player takes 1 6-sided die for each point of strength held by his or her fighting character. No player can have more than 6 dice at a time. Oh, we do get a lot of dice. While alternating turns, blah, 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 blah. So, winning the fight. Fighting continues in this manner. Oh, okay, so you're presumably rolling dice. Highest number, deduct a point. Fighting continues in this manner until 1 character's strength is reduced to 0. Defeated character is removed from the board. Okay, buy. So you've got movement, fighting, buy-in. It is, well, Monopoly without the fighting. It's nice, I like that. That's a little, quite a good bit of card thickness. Sometimes these things were made very cheaply, but I think Parker Brothers generally good. Oh, we've got a Parker Brothers leaflet. I forgot that was in there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I'll put that there. Dune adventure game. Introduction. Sometime in the century 10,000, ordered by the Emperor Shaddam IV to leave their lush planet. It was lush, mate. It was lush. Caladan, the Atreides family, journeys to the desert planet known as Dune. Their mission is to replace their mortal enemies, the Harkonnens, as rulers of this desolate planet. But their mission is a trap! It's a trap. Fearing that the power of the House of Atreides is becoming a threat. Okay, so it's following the film closely. Object, to eliminate all enemy characters and be the only player to have at least 1 character remaining at the end of the game. So like a survival sort of scenario. Guile. So I will have a look at the character cards in a minute. So you have different top trumpies type scores on each character. Yeah, there you go. So you've got the character name, the guile, the colour coding for the siege, and the strength and strength clips. Strength clips. Don't know what they are. Oh, we'll have to find out. That's a spice piece. Okay, and that's a harvester. Oh, okay, there was a chance for them to make lovely little ships, wasn't there? Oh well. Setup. Open the game board. Always helpful. What else have we got? Gameplay guide. You need the gameplay guide to follow that. Okay. Fighting. So it's basically just telling us the same things as on the card, but a little bit more detail. How to read your investment spaces. So these were on the board, weren't they? What are these? For 311. What? Oh, for 311. If any player rolls a total of 3 or 11, you earn a return on your investment. Oh, okay. Oh, that's quite clever then. So every time someone's rolling dice, if it matches the totals on your investment, each player gets an investment point. So you build up your investment, and I suppose then if people raid you, they can take it off that. So it's quite, I mean, it seems, I don't know, has anyone played this? Let me know if you played it. Is it worth playing? It seems they've put a lot of thought into it to match the world of Dune, which is, like I say, normally these sort of games, they don't do that. Canley cards, that's the archaic name for a feud, isn't it? The Canley cards are Secret Silo. This card allows you to take spice from the bank, so presumably your investment is your spice, which are those little weird counter things. So, lots and lots of good film stuff. So it's not just Ludo on this one. Let's have a look at some of these. So we've got character cards. So we've got the Sardaukar. That was the only thing I didn't like about, well, I didn't like the ending either, but the way the Sardaukar were portrayed in the film, I think these sort of, they were made out of old corpse bags, but these uniforms the Sardaukar wore really should have been the Harkonnen uniform. I think the Sardaukar should be basically just a uniform. That's the whole point. They're not using, I mean, I quite like Villeneuve's version, but again, the Sardaukar wearing the space armour, it's like, no, the whole point is they're great fighters. They don't need all this equipment. Although, you know, everything they did have on them was for killing people in covert ways. So that's the Sardaukar. He's got strength of 5. Emperor Shaddam IV, strength of 3. Sardaukar's going to beat him up. Princess Irulan. So presumably that's the Imperial family. And we've got House of Traders. We've got Gurney Halleck, the excellent Patrick Stewart. Mood is a thing for cattle and love play. He's brilliant. Duke Leto. I think the casting on this film was just spectacular. Hang on, Leto's only got a strength of 3. Okay. Paul, strength of 4. But he is the Kwisatz Haderach. Then we've got the Harkonnens, who were great in this as well, even though they were a bit comedy. And we've got the Baron. He's got a strength of 3, so I think this is like, your leader is 3, your main warrior is 5, your younger person is 3. Beast Raban. You got Fade Raban. I like Sting as Fade. I think he did a really good job. I wish they'd given him a bit more to do. And then we've got the, what have we? Oh no, we've got 3. We've got the Fremen. So we've got Chani. It was a bit underused in it. Watch the extended version. It's got a lot more Chani stuff in it. Stilgar was good. A little bit underused. Dr. Keen's obviously the excellent Max von Sydow. So that's your character card. So you get to play the actual characters from the film, which is good. These are presumably the character icons. Yeah, so these match the character cards. Interestingly, they're a piece of very nice wood with a, is it a sticker or printed? No, it's a sticker on. So you've got, again, the Baron, Fade, Sardaukar, and so you've got one of these for each. There's Paul, so you get one of them each. You get, these are the spice tokens. I don't know whether that acts like money, I presume. These are the, what did they say, the, is it a carry-all, did they say that was? But they're the other things. These clips, presumably, these clips then are for, it did mention clips, didn't it? You presumably put clips on your strength if your strength goes up and down. That's quite a good idea, I like that. Have we got many clips? Yep, we've got a load in here. So we've got loads of clips, loads of dice. There's 8-sided dice, always interesting. Just numbers, normal dice. So we get absolutely shed load of dice. Put that in there for now. And then we've got cards. Are these different? These are black backed, so I'll keep them separate. So these are presumably like action cards. Harvester raid. Choose any one opponent to raid. You roll 8-sided dice. Opponent rolls 6-sided dice. To win, roll higher than the opponent. Oh, that's a bit... Oh, no. Yeah, you've got a bigger chance anyway of winning with an 8-sided, haven't you? I guess you got 2 in 8 more than the other guy. So you just roll higher. So Harvester raid. Secret silo. Roll 6-sided dice and take from the spice bank the number of spice equals the number rolled. Yes, so I think you're going to run out of spice tokens there. Hunter Seeker, choose only one opponent, roll 6-sided die to win, roll higher again. So these are like the, what is it, community chest, in the one where you have to do something and get money and stuff in Monopoly. Secret Silo, Harvester Raid, Hunter Seeker, so it's just those ones over and over. So that's your actions cards, and you get a bigger set of cards. These are equipment cards. So you got Still Suit. I love the Still Suit from this film. Increase your character's guile by 1 point when attacked by worm or sandworm. There's a difference between a worm and a sand... Oh, sandstorm. I read that as sandworm. I was going to say, what's the difference? Okay. Poison. Poison. Ornithopter. Poison. Lasgun. Not when shields are around. Poison. Sword. Lasgun. Sword. Shield. Lasguns. It mentioned about if you fire at someone with a shield, isn't it? Oh, shield protects your character from lasguns. Doesn't really protect you from them. It just means that anyone without, or anyone that doesn't want to basically die, won't fire at someone they know's got a shield on. Which again is why I quite like, even though it's not quite right to the book, I quite like the idea of the visible shields, because otherwise how would you know? You're firing them about willy-nilly. So sword, shield, still suit, ornithopter. Oh, Gom Jabbar. When fighting, use 1 extra 8-sided die. Use no more than 6 dice total. Gom Jabbar. Yeah, so there's your equipment cards. So, quite an involved game. It's better than I thought, as thinking it was sort of Ludo. But yeah, it could be quite a fun game. You'd need some, wouldn't be kids playing it, I wouldn't have thought. Well, they might. It's quite involved. It's not sort of thing you play with your granny, is it, on Christmas morning? Let's have a look at this. Parker Brothers, games that bring people together. So we've got Risk. I always liked Risk. Again, very long game. And you needed people that were paying attention. Careers, I don't remember that one. Fame, Fortune and Happiness. The Game of Sheer Ambition. Option, that vaguely familiar. Boggle, yeah, we all remember Boggle. Trivial Pursuit, that was massive at the time, wasn't it? Uno, like Uno. Payday, don't remember that. Sounds a bit Monopoly. Mad Game, I've seen that for sale. That seems to be quite an easy one to get hold of. Don't know what you do, but it does look a bit basic. Pente, never heard of, other than Rura Pente. Oh, look at this. Return of the Jedi. Battle at Sarlacc's Pit. Oh, that's a nice looking game. So you got a cardboard model of this Jabba's barge. Loads of figures. I might have to have a look for that. I bet it goes for stupid money. Popeye game. Spirograph, not really a game. Cyclograph. Oh, Spirograph, but in a holder. Don't remember that at all, but I remember I've still got some Spirographs somewhere. Cabbage Patch Kids. That was massive for a while, wasn't it? Cabbage Patch Kids, do you remember them? What was the point? Cuba. Everyone bought them thinking they'd be worth something. Care Bears, remember that? So yeah, oh, that's a good day. Battle at Sarlacc's Pit. I'll have to have a look for that. Favourite Star Wars characters: Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Organa and their companions are being held captive on a sail barge poised over the sand pit where the monster Sarlacc lives. Collect Jedi points as you defeat each guard, then overcome their captor Jabba. Oh yeah, is that Jabba? You get a little... You get a little Jabba figure. Oh, I like these. What if you get a Luke figure in that? I'm going to have to look for that. I love games with figures because I take the figures out and just paint them. Don't never play the game. I got no friends. And Maggie the cat doesn't, she's not very good at playing games, she just sits on the board and wins. In fact, she's probably very good at playing games. Anyway, Thanks for watching. I wish I knew where the original version of this video went, but I quite enjoyed looking at it again. I haven't looked at it for a while. Perhaps I never did the video, just imagined it. But yeah, let me know if you've got it or if you've played it. Was it any good? Did you enjoy it? Did you just put it back in the box and never play it again? But I bought it basically for the artwork, and it's a piece of original Dune memorabilia, which are getting quite rare. And I always pick them up when I can see them. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.